Once upon a time, on 6th of July 1484, an 8-year-old blonde child was playing when he came to the gate of the Stench prison, where he was blinded by a dazzling light. Just at that moment, he saw the image of the Virgin Mary detaching itself from the wall on which she had been painted, and taking on human form. This event generated a very strong devotion, so much so that a few years later, it was decided to build a church on that site. Once he grown up and educated, that child became the 8th priest to be in charge of the basilica. The prison, a place of guilt and wretchedness, after the oppression, became a place of faith and hope.
The Church of Santa Maria del Carceri, found in Prato, near Florence. It was built to enshrine a painting of the Madonna that was seen by a child to be crying tears. The name Carceri, which means prison in Italian, reflects the painting location on the outer wall of a prison. The interior of the church was completed from 1486 to 1495, while the exteriors remained unfinished in 1506. The upper part of the western arm was completed in the late 19th century, following Sangallo's design. The exterior of the church is a marvel of Renaissance clarity and order, where the ground floor system of slim Doric pilasters clustered at the corners is repeated in the iconic order on the shorter upper level, as if the entablature of a small temple had been surmounted with a smaller second one. The church was entirely finished in 1494, except for an installation of the fine green and white marble, which represents the green of Prato and Alberese. And in the 1880s, one section of the upper level was veneered. However, the philosophy of the 20th century conservation requires that the rest of the building to be left in rough stone as it is today. The cupola of Brunelleschi's inspiration has a drum with 12 circular windows and a conical covering surmounted by a lantern, while the second play of lights can be seen on July 15th at 3 and 18 p.m., which corresponds to 2 and 3 p.m. in Prato's solar time, and in this case, a ray of light illuminates a desk placed over the high altar of the basilica to commemorate the miraculous apparition of the Virgin Mary.
The interior has a solemn Renaissance atmosphere, with the four arms starting from the cubical central hall, surmounted by the semi-spherical dome. All corners are marked by fake columns with precious capitals underlying the vault. The arms are coated with majolica and decorated by 4 stained glass windows. Presbytery's arms end with a parapet flanked by 2 stone altars. The entablature has a frieze with pistons. Also, the pendatives of the dome has tundus with evangelists, and it has a parapet creating an enlarging perspective effect. The most distinctive feature shared by the tabernacles is an unusual type of fluting in which each channel is entirely surrounded by a narrow border which gives the effect of a double instead of single fillet between the floats. A small tongue or front also appears at top and bottom between the floats. The soffit of the architrave bears an inset golek molding framing a centrally placed rosette with a row of 4 coffers behind.